I tell you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. All I ask you start making money, please remember St. Jude.
Don't wait. Join Phil's Gang today and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
When the market's open, we watch the market all day long. And when we see there's an opportunity for a stock, and it's a stock that we've been following, there's a lot of stocks we put on our watch list, and it has to hit a certain criteria. Then when it does, we alert you. You immediately get an alert that says, we bought this stock, X stock, at $30. So you get an alert immediately. What's better than that? I mean, nobody does that for you. But the most important thing, they'll say, okay, here's why we're getting out now, or here's why we're taking profits. I think it's going to go down. Look, the most important thing is this. I want you to be prepared for when the market does tank or rally, that you're with us, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG. Join my gang right now, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG, and you'll be in position, and you'll sleep at night. You don't have to worry.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. With the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out. The stocks discussed on Phil's Gang are not in any way a recommendation or solicitation to buy, sell, or hold. If considering acting on information presented, we first recommend you seek out a competent, licensed professional for advice. Get ready for the radio show that tells you what Wall Street doesn't want you to know.
Oh, I'm a money magnet. Money, money, money's coming to me. Money sets me free. I'm a money magnet. Money, 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 money coming to me.
It's your daily dose of how to manage your money. And now it's time for Phil's Gang on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. With your host, Phil Brandy.
Is that you never want to get too negative. Because once the market gets oversold, it doesn't take much good news to create an explosive rebound. And yet I know so many people who sold the day before this rally happened.
Unbelievable. That is the worst advice you ever could get. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. Are you kidding me? What he is saying is that what rebounds a stock is noise. That's what he's saying. He says, good news can recreate a rebound. Good news? No. That will create a movement, but it's not a rebound. Maybe it lasts for 2-3 days. That's why you don't listen to these people and buy on these dips. Everybody's buying on dips are getting killed because they're listening to this noise. Listen to this noise. Look, you buy a stock based on its environment, not noise. Noise is crazy. That's their job, to create noise, to create an illusion. Example, on February 24th, they put in a floor in this market. Just like they put in a floor, remember the dot-com crash, pulled back, they had that one big rally, Kramer, same thing, all of them. The crash is over, buy the dip, buy in the dip. Everybody jumped in, I kept saying, don't you dare buy in the dip. Because we don't have the right environment. It's all noise. Look, stocks, if you have tech stocks, they do well in an environment. Tech stocks do very well in an environment of low yields. Low yields. I don't care what the story is. It can be terrific news. But if you're going to buy Apple, or you're going to buy Microsoft, or whatever you're going to buy, the tech stocks, and they got great news. But you take a look at the yield before you're ready to buy, and all of a sudden the yields are at 195. You're going to jump in there, buying a dip at 195, goes up 2-3 days, and comes all the way right back down, and you lose money. Everybody says, every time I get in a stock, it goes right back down. Because you don't buy on news. News is not what makes a stock move. Tech stocks move on low yields. Tech stocks move up even if they don't make money. Tech stocks move up if they don't even have a profit. How many stocks have you seen between Amazon and Tesla and all of the stock, Cisco stocks were crazy prices. They didn't, and some of the companies back in the dot-com days, they didn't even have a phone, didn't even have a desk, and their valuations were crazy. Because people, on tech stocks, people speculate. They only want to see the price of stock go up. That's all they want. They want to see the price. They don't care if the company's losing money. Whole Foods, another great example, when they started, price was crazy. Stock not making any money. Because when you're looking for big moves and you're a speculator and you're an entrepreneur and you're in the stock market, you look for those stocks that the environment, okay, says, hey, this stock will move up if the yield is low. That's perfect. That's a tech stock. They're just looking for low yields. Value stocks, like you're going to buy the banks, or you're going to buy, healthcare stocks or whatever, value stocks. You got to have real value. You got to have real earnings, real profits to move those stock prices, because those are older stocks. They're valuable. They're value. Think of it, they're valuable. New stocks, tech stocks are always fighting to move price up. Your value stocks are always fighting for value. They want good value. They want to see good earnings. They want to see good earnings growth. They want to see good margins. They want to see good free cash flow. That's why when the market crashed in 2008, they made a decision. Our owners, who could care less about you and me.
You have owners. They own you. They own everything. They own all the important land. They own and control the corporations. They've long since bought and paid for the Senate, the Congress, the state houses, the city halls. They got the judges in their back pockets. And they own all the big media companies, so they control just about all of the news and information you get to hear.
That's right. So in 2008, those same gangsters said, look, let's have one hell of a big rally, and let's focus on these big tech stocks, and we'll print all kinds of money to buy 10-year treasuries, get those yields down, and we'll take these tech stocks and we'll just drive them up 1,345%. Yeah, 1,345%, and very few had any profits. Now let's go back a little bit. This is what she's talking about, noise. So now, when we had in January of 2020, when that pandemic hit, the yields were no longer favorable. Yields for the tech stock group, you don't want to see those yields much above 85, 95, 100 basis points. Because you're not going to get investors to buy them, because they know the price isn't going to last. It's going to go down. So when we had all that inflation and everything was going on in January 2020, yields climbed up to almost 200, 195. What happened? The market crashed. They blamed it on COVID. It wasn't COVID. It was the leader of the stock market since 2008, the tech stocks. They've been leading. They drove this whole market. When those yields started to climb, the market dropped 31%, and they blamed it on COVID. No. COVID triggered it, started to push the boulder over the hill, but that wasn't the reason. High yields. So then, to give you an example how important these yields are, take housing, take toll. So housing, they flourish, okay, when you have low yields. People like low mortgages, right? So if you take what they did, They decided again, what drives our economy are tech stocks and housing stocks, because they both enjoy a low rate environment. How does the Fed create a low rate environment? It's called financial engineering. It costs printing of money, and they go by the 10-year treasuries. And when every time they move those yields down and tech stocks go up and housing stocks go up, that's called inflation. And all of a sudden, little by little, your gasoline goes up, your food goes up. You don't see it, you don't notice it. So Toll Brothers, just take one stock, give you an example. It's not about good news. He's crazy news. So on January 2020, the yield on Toll Brothers, or 10-year treasury yield, is 195. The stock price of Toll Brothers was around $44. That was right before the crash, that 31% crash. Because we're at 195, Toll Brothers, okay, and all these other stocks that want low yields, the market dropped 31% because the yields were too high, 195. The environment wasn't right for the builders, and the environment wasn't right for the tech stocks. The crash began, 31%. Well, how they stop the crash? And what does that have to do with today? Well, when we get back, you better listen, because you're going to lose a lot of money if you're in these stocks, especially tech stocks.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
When the market's open, we watch the market all day long. And when we see there's an opportunity for a stock, and it's a stock that we've been following, there's a lot of stocks we put on our watch list, and it has to hit a certain criteria. Then when it does, we alert you. You immediately get an alert. It says, we bought this stock, X stock, at $30. So you get an alert immediately. What's better than that? I mean, nobody does that for you. But the most important thing, they'll say, okay, here's why we're getting out now, or here's why we're taking profits. I think it's going to go down. Look, the most important thing is this. I want you to be prepared for when the market does tank or rally, that you're with us, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG. Join my gang right now, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG, and you'll be in position, and you'll sleep at night, and you don't have to worry.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
What, are you nuts? Coffee's up 92%, lumber's up 67%, heating oil, 60%, gasoline 55%. I understand why you guys are telling me to raise my rates here at Phil's Gang, but we haven't raised our rates since 2001. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. I'm not going to raise my rates. Our membership's been $39.95 since 2001, and for a good reason. So that you have enough room that when you do make money here at Phil's Gang, and you will, because you're going to learn how to short stocks, that there's enough room to send some money to St. Jude. That's why we never raised our price. And that's why we give you good value. So, you want to continue with good value, good information, be on the right side of the market? Join my gang, philsgang.com, where the price has not moved, where we fight inflation. philsgang.com.
I've been a Phil's Gang member since 2014. Over that time, I've generated over six-figure profits. Following Phil, his charting system has really been a huge impact on my career and my life. I would recommend Phil's Gang to the mom and pop out there. I would recommend it to parents teaching their children. I would recommend it to grandparents. If you really trust in their system, you will do well.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. With the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG.
Did you know breast cancer kills 113 people every day?
That's unacceptable.
African American women die from breast cancer nearly 41% more than Caucasian women.
That's unacceptable.
Breast cancer is the leading cause of all cancer deaths for Hispanic women.
Breast cancer is unacceptable.
Together with Susan G. Komen, we're committed to reducing U.S. breast cancer deaths by half.
And we're going to do it by 2026. Visit Komen.org/unacceptable.
Remember, when this market crashed in 2009, it should have never crashed because the chairperson of these two committees, their job was to protect consumers, protect our investments, and they're supposed to ensure that our investments are being monitored. Where were they in 2009 and 2008? They weren't anywhere because they don't do that. They take care of themselves. They protect themselves. They become richer. So you can't depend on these crooks in Congress. The stock market is a great place to be, but you just got to know this is a different market than your grandfather's market. So why don't you, for 30 days, join my gang, 877-600-GANG, try it for 30 days, $39.95. Follow me. I tell you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. All I ask you, start making money. Please remember St. Jude.
Don't wait. Join Phil's Gang today and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. Welcome back. Are you ready to make profits in the stock market? Why not check out philsgang.com or give us a call, 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. We're talking about today 80% of people lose money in the stock market because they don't know when to get out. 80% of people lose money in the stock market because they don't know how to make money when it goes down, called shorting. But the majority lose money in the stock market because when they're going to buy a stock, they don't know what environment that does well in. Here's a great example. Kramer always brags about how everything, like he said a moment ago, he said, "Oh, you got to have a big rebound on good news." Well, he creates the good news. Here, listen. Right here, metrics. 1 second. We gotta rack it back up.
What do you think we might see in the next, say, 6 months or so for MKTX?
You know, I like market access. I've had Rick McVeigh on the show several times. I think it's absolutely terrific. I think that what's happened is a lot of the high price earnings mobile stocks went too high and got burned. They're coming back. I would stay long it.
That means nothing. That's a tech stock. The stock was trading, when he told her to buy it in November, was trading at $400. He says, "I know Rick, he comes on my show." He uses that all the time. He always knows the CEO come on his show. She should have made the decision to buy that stock. Okay, is it a tech stock? What kind of environment should it be in? A low rate environment, low yields. They love low yields. You looked at it, the stock was trading at $400, but the yield was at 160, 160. Are you kidding? You don't buy a tech stock with a yield at 160. Not for an investment. You can do a swing trade, 2, 3, 4, maybe 6 days you're in and you get out. So he sold the noise. He doesn't check and see the environment. Is it correct for this stock, for tech stock? Are the yields low? She buys it. The poor lady loses big money. Boom, goes right down from $400 to $354. Bang. Why? Well, we would have been, my members would have been shorting it, making money on the way down because we identified that a tech stock, like this stock here, Metrics, won't work. It's not an investment because we got to get the yields down before we buy it. So now, on February 24th, if you recall, all these tech stocks had a big drop. And they came in and built what they call a footing or platform. What does that mean? That's like in 2008. When you have a stock market crash, they create an illusion. It's called putting in a floor. So they start putting in a floor means get everybody, go buy all these treasuries. Get those yields down as much as you can. And then tell everybody to buy in a dip, buy in a dip. So the Fed goes in, 2008, builds a floor. Same thing now. They're building a floor. And that's where the buy on a dip comes in. So now he's out there recommending this stock, and every time the stock goes up, you buy it and it comes right back down. Every time it goes back up, it comes right back down. 3 different times. You can see it. And they're trying to build this floor in here, and so people can, you know, if you're going to buy in a dip, you go to a a short-term trend. You're only in stock for 2, 3, or 6 days. When we invest, we're in stocks for a long time. Okay, I mean, you're in from anywhere from 2 months to 6 months. That's a long time in this business, 2 to 6 months. If you have a yield that's too high and you're buying a tech stock, you better be in an environment where you're only in that trade, what they call a swing trade, 2 to 3 days, 2 to 6 days. It should have been okay, because when you buy in a dip, you buy that short covered rally, as they call it. Everybody who's shorting, making money. If I shorted a stock and went from $400 down to $300 and I made $5,000, I don't make that $5,000 until I have to buy that stock. I just borrowed it. I have to buy it. When I buy it, it goes up. Well, the chart that we designed here, this pattern, when it goes up, if it's solid red, it tells you, identifies it's going up for the wrong reasons. It's not going up because new money's coming in. It's going up because the same people who bet it was going to go down are buying their stock back. So you can catch that move up. It's called a swing trade instead of buying it, that move up, because it's not going to last. See, what he's telling people, you're buying the noise, you're going to get rebounds, but these rebounds don't last because the yields are too high. And when yields are too high for tech stocks, people aren't, smart money doesn't buy it. But you can make money on these little rebounds if you pull back the amount of time you're going to be in that stock. You can catch that 2, 3, 4 day, and you're out. It's that simple. So my point I'm making here is it's crazy. I mean, they're doing this all day long now. Buying a dip. People are getting killed. Same thing with bank stocks. So going back to Toll Brothers, just again to give you an example, when Toll Brothers, going back to, I mean, again, Toll Brothers flourishes with a good low rate environment. We don't have a low rate environment right now for housing. Applications from a year ago down 50%. When they were doing great, when the market dropped 31% from January of 2020 to March 2020, remember what they did to move the housing markets up? They went and were buying $180 billion a week of treasuries to drop those yields down, to keep those mortgage rates down to around 2.2%. That's what they did. And then what they would do is they could drive these stocks up because the yield was down. So instead of buying Toll Brothers at 195 with a yield, which was at $44, which dropped that stock down to about $16. If you bought that stock when the yield, instead of being at 195, was at 185, the stock went from $16 up to $44. So you know that techs want a low yield environment. You know, housing wants a low yield environment. So we bought that stock at 16, not at 44. Kramer's selling the stock at 44 to people. He's got it backwards. It's just terrible. It's so easy if you just want to take the time and learn.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. With the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG.
When the market's open, we watch the market all day long. And when we see there's an opportunity for a stock, and it's a stock that we've been following, there's a lot of stocks we put on our watch list, and it has to hit a certain criteria. Then when it does, we alert you. You immediately get an alert that says, we bought this stock, X stock, at $30. So you get an alert immediately. What's better than that? I mean, nobody does that for you. But the most important thing, they'll say, okay, here's why we're getting out now, or here's why we're taking profits. I think it's going to go down. Look, the most important thing is this. I want you to be prepared for when the market does tank or rally, that you're with us, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG. Join my gang right now, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG, and you'll be in position, and you'll sleep at night, and you don't have to worry.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
I've signed up, and I've learned an incredible amount from Phil and Steve. The staff at Phil's Gang give platinum-level service and stock recommendations. You know, it's as simple as that. At the end of a month or so, I've always been in the black. Phil's Gang is a class act. I'm happy to be a member.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
What are you, nuts? Coffee's up 92%. Lumber's up 67%. Heating oil, what, 60%? Gasoline, 55%. I understand why you guys are telling me to raise my rates here at Phil's Gang, but we haven't raised our rates since 2001. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. I'm not going to raise my rates. Our membership's been $39.95 since 2001, and for a good reason. So that you have enough room that when you do make money here at Phil's Gang, and you will, because you're going to learn how to short stocks, that there's enough room to send some money to St. Jude. That's why we never raised our price. And that's why we give you good value. So, you want to continue with good value, good information, be on the right side of the market? Join my gang, philsgang.com, where the price has not moved, where we fight inflation. philsgang.com. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy. Is your business prepared to respond to any emergency in the workplace? Well, you better be. Let over 30 years of law enforcement experience go to work for you. Boyd Investigative Group is here for all your business security needs. I know. I use them. They're terrific. Call today for your free confidential consultation. 941-724-4535. That's 941-724-4535. Or visit them on the website, BoydInvestigativegroup.com.
License number A1-900-020.
What are you, nuts? Coffee's up 92%. Lumber's up 67%. Heating oil, what, 60%? Gasoline, 55%. I understand why you guys are telling me to raise my rates here at Phil's Gang, but we haven't raised our rates since 2001. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. I'm not going to raise my rates. Our membership's been $39.95 since 2001, and for a good reason. So that you have enough room that when you do make money here at Phil's Gang, and you will, because you're going to learn how to short stocks, that there's enough room to send some money to St. Jude. That's why we never raised our price. And that's why we give you good value. So, you want to continue with good value, good information, be on the right side of the market?
Join my gang, philsgang.com, where the price has not moved, where we fight inflation. philsgang.com.
Welcome back. Learn, invest, and make profits with Phil Grandy. Simply go to philsgang.com. Now, here's Phil.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. Look, what I'm trying to get across, all you people who are out there who are just addicted to these tech stocks, and you hear these people tell you, buy on the dip, these tech stocks. If you have a 1 year, 2 year horizon, buy now. No. If you're going to buy a tech stock where the yields are at 230%, you're out of your mind. If you're going to buy that, you can buy it for what we call a swing trade, not an investment. There's a difference between an investment setup and a swing trade. Give you an example. Let's take Apple. Apple, when you have the environment right now where the 30-year, the yields, instead of being at 85 or 100, we're at 240. So what they're doing is they're building. They're trying to build a base. They're trying to create an illusion this market crash has stopped, like they did with the dot-coms. So all they're doing is, again, just creating an illusion, nothing more than that. They're putting a floor in, and when they say they're going to put a floor in, what that means, they're going to get you to buy on dips, so they can get all the other big guys out to hold the market up. That's exactly what they're doing. They're screwing the retail customer buying on the dip. You don't buy Apple on the dip. Now, let's take Apple. When Apple right now with a yield of 250, that's insane, or 230, that's insane. You want to buy Apple when the 10-year Treasury yield is anything below 150 or below, 125 or below, not 240. Now, it doesn't mean the stock's not going to go up for 5 or 6 days. It will, because when the stock dropped 20%, and when people take their profits, if you short a stock and you take the profit, it moves the stock up. However, you got to know when that stock is moving up, is it going up because of new money? Is the stock going up 6% today because of new investors? Or is it going up 6% today because the same guy who bet it was going to go down has to buy it to get his profit, which moves it back up? My chart's been designed to tell you that. You don't have a chart out there that tells you that. When they tell you to buy Apple on the dip, and you see your chart, and you watching those candlesticks go up, you're getting excited. I better get it now. I better get it 160 before it gets to 164. I better get 164 before it gets to 168. Really? It's going to come back down. So what you do is you just simply switch from an investment where you're in for 2, 3, 4, 6 months to a swing trade you're in for 2, 3, 4 days, because that's as long as it's going to last, and it's going to come right back down. And those are the people who say every time I get in a stock, it goes right back down. I get out, it goes right back up, because you're buying a stock that you shouldn't be for an investment. You should be buying a stock just for a short-term trade. So Apple is a great example. Now, what we see in these tech stocks like Apple, you're starting to see now the volume is starting to break down. There's less and less buyers because you don't have enough buyers coming in to buy these stocks. The yields are too high for tech stocks to be successful, to get back to their old high. See, to get the tech stocks, to get the Qs back to where they were in November, to get them back to in November, remember the tech stocks hit a high of 405. If you looked at the Qs. Today, they're at 358. They went to a low of 320. So they went from 320 to 358. Why did it go from 320 to 358? Because they gave you buy on the dip. So those people who shorted the stock They're going to go in and take their profits. It moves it up. And then people jump in seeing the stock goes up. They have no idea who's buying it. They have no idea the yields are too high. The rally's not going to last long. And so they're jumping in the queues thinking, boy, I'm on my way. I bought this at 320. Look at this. I'm rich at 358. They have no clue it's going to go all the way back down to 320 because the yields are way too high. Now, if the yields have dropped on the queues or the tech stocks below 150, better below 125, then you can buy it on the dip as an investment. But that on the dip is a trick. That's like when people in a stock and it comes pulling back, they say, cost average it down. That guy should be in jail. What do you mean cost average it down? If I buy a stock at 80 and it drops to 60, you want me to buy more? Yeah, they want you to buy more. Then it goes down from 60 down to 40. Buy more. Then from 40 down to 30. Buy more. And you're excited. You think you're doing a great job. Gee, I'm going to average out my loss. You don't average out losses. You get in deeper. When you add to your position is when it's going up. And the yields, let's say it's tech stocks, are low. If the yields are low, you're below 150, 10-year treasury yield, you're below 150, 125, you're going to be fine. The stock's going to go up, and you're going to be happy, you're going to be making money. But if the yields are too high, the stock's going to go up and then boom, stop. And they're telling everybody to buy these on the dip. Same with the banks. The banks are in real trouble. And they got the same, everybody's buying these banks. Are they out of their mind? Bank stocks, you want high yields. They want a high yield environment. Well, they got a high yield environment. Well, why aren't the banks going up? Because here's what they're not telling you. These banks should be booming. Bank of America right now is trading at $42, $43. It should be trading at $50 at least. The reason it's not going up, take a look at the chart. You got less people buying. It just went up on a short covering rally. It's not an investment. It's not an investment. My chart, that's patent. You can't have it. I mean, you can lease it from us. But my point is, it's all red, telling us when Bank of America shot up from, let's say, $37 up to where it is $43, my members are making money, but they know it's going to come right back down. So they're not. They made 16%, but they know they got to get out. The average guy doesn't know that. He hears guys like Kramer and the rest of them, buy the dip, buy the dip. Well, wait a minute. What's the yields today? 230. Well, that's great for banks, but why isn't it going up? Because what they don't tell them is, you look at, yes, the yields are great, but there's a big problem. There's an inversion problem. Anytime that you can loan money to the government, if you loan money, let's say in 10 years, okay, a 10-year loan to the government, give them $100,000, you're going to get an interest rate at 2.3%. Now, what if they said to you, how about if you loan us the money for 2 years instead at 2.13? Now, let me ask you, if you had $100,000, you're going to loan it to the government, would you give it to them over 10 years at 2.36, or would you give them the money at 2.13 for 2 years? Everybody'd say, hey, I'm going to only loan them. I'll loan them for 2 years at 2.13 rather than 10 years for 2.36. What are you, nuts? That's the problem for the banks. They got a big problem. There's another big problem for the banks. The yields keep going up. What's that mean? They stopped. Remember how they got how they got these bank stocks up? They kept selling treasury, keep pushing these yields up, pushing. When you sell treasury, when the Fed sells treasuries off their balance sheet, the yields go up. They go up, and they have a nice environment, high yields. But when all of a sudden you get this inversion in the yield, that's bad. So these people right now, these banks, anybody buying banks right now for an investment, you're out of your mind. You're going to lose your money. You should only be buying banks instead of for 2, 3 to 6 months. You should be buying banks 2, 3 to 6 days because they're all going to come back down. But see, nobody tells you that. Nobody wants to tell you that. That's not their job. Their job is to make money for themselves, not you. Well, that's not what we do around here. More when I get back.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
I've been a Phil's Gang member since 2014. Over that time, I've generated over six-figure profits. Following Phil, his charting system has really been a huge impact on my career and my life. I would recommend Phil's Gang to the mom and pop out there. I would recommend it to parents teaching their children. I would recommend it to grandparents. If you really trust in their system, you will do well.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264.
Thinking about investing in the stock market? Go to philsgang.com, where we have over 50 years experience in trading and investing in the stock market. Phil's Gang teaches you how to make profits in the market with stock chart analysis, up-to-the-minute alerts, and always keeping you informed with professional guidance in long and short-term positions. Go to philsgang.com or call one of our professional staff to answer your questions. 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Stop wondering about your financial future and start doing something about it.
When the market's open, we watch the market all day long. And when we see there's an opportunity for a stock, and it's a stock that we've been following, there's a lot of stocks we put on our watch list, and it has to hit a certain criteria. Then when it does, we alert you. You immediately get an alert that says, we bought this stock, X stock, at $30. So you get an alert immediately. What's better than that? I mean, nobody does that for you. But the most important thing, they'll say, okay, here's why we're getting out now, or here's why we're taking profits. I think it's going to go down. Look, the most important thing is this. I want you to be prepared for when the market does tank or rally, that you're with us, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG. Join my gang right now, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG, and you'll be in position, and you'll sleep at night, and you don't have to worry.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Warning. Google, Apple, Microsoft, Netflix, Facebook, all these hot stocks are going to crash. They're going to drop as much as 60-70%. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. Exactly what happened in the .com days is going to repeat itself. Remember, 85% of people lose money in the stock market because they don't know when to get out. I fixed that with my color-coded technology chart. It tells you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. That's right. Make sure you check it out. It's free for 10 days. philsgang.com.
With the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG.
What, are you nuts? If the stock market can make you so rich, especially Apple and Microsoft and Google and Amazon and the rest, why are so many Americans poor? If the 401k promises you a retirement, then why is it we are in a retirement crisis? Here's the answer. Because 85% of you get out of the market too late. I fixed that with my color-coded chart, which tells you when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out. That's right, when to run like hell. Check it out. You get a free membership and the free color-coded chart for 10 days. Check it out, philsgang.com.
Welcome back. Learn, invest, and make profits with Phil Grandy. Simply go to philsgang.com. Now, here's Phil.
We've always said buy on dips, buy on dips.
Yeah, buy on dips. Buy on dips and lose money with them. Lose money with them. Like my friends when I had a cattle ranch for years and years, a cattle ranch. Hey, come in the cattle business with me. Come in and lose money. Same thing. Buy on a dip. Hey, come on with me. Buy on a dip, we'll lose money. Listen to me. When you're a member, we focus most all of our time on making sure you don't lose money. That's the most difficult thing right there. You got to get people to listen so they don't lose money. Example, making money is a piece of cake. You got to get them convinced. Here's an example. Take, for example, I just went over the tech stocks. You want a low yield on the 10-year Treasury to buy a tech stock, and tech stocks will always do well. You invest in them as long as the yields are low. When yields are where they are now, very high, they do what they call, these gangsters put a floor in. They tell you, buy on the dip. They know the stock is only going to go up for 2 days, 3 days, and come back down. They don't tell you that because, see, they want to slow down the crash so they can get out. So Morgan Stanley, Goldman Sachs, they can get out their big institutions, get them out. Say the New York Police and Fire. Say the airline help over in LaGuardia. They represent their pension. They got to get them out. So they need the market to stop going down. So they create these stories. They create this illusion. And this illusion is where, again, is called just building a base. It's just all BS is what it is. It's building a floor. So if I'm going to buy, here's a good one. People are being told to buy Disney. Buy Disney. Really? You're going to buy Disney. When yields are up 234%, and right now those yields are so high, excuse me. Do you know that mortgage applications have dropped half? Do you know the reason why that Powell, he won't, remember, he's been stalling about selling the 10-year Treasury yields from his balance sheet. They keep at it. When are you going to do that? Look, you just raised 25 basis points, and we had that big rally, 600 point, right? Oh, God, he's only going to do 25. Things are good. We thought he was going to go to 50. And then remember, the market went up 600 points? And I said, no, he's wrong. And then about 4 days later, 5 days later, he announced, oh, my God, he says, inflation's too high. Remember, before that, a week before, oh, no, it's not entrenched. He just replaced the word transitory. So he gets panicky the other day, and boom, the market goes down 400 points. Because inflation is here to stay. Oil's going to go up because the war. When you have war, especially over there, and you have a lot of oil coming out of Afghanistan and Kurdistan and all, they got oil pipelines, and they blowing them up all the time when there's a war. So my point is, if you're a member of mine, you don't have to worry. We'll make sure that you're in the tech stocks when yields are low. We'll make sure that Disney, for example, if you're going to buy Disney, everybody's pushing Disney. You're nuts, because Disney, with yields high, cruise lines, Disney, airlines, all those stocks do terrible. Why? Because when yields keep going up, interest rates keep going up. Remember, he just pushed up the short-term rates, and then the yields are going up. Mortgage applications down 50%. People don't have as much money. When now their payments are going up on their car, their payments are going up on their personal loans and student loans and auto loans and all those loans. They only have so much money. Their wages are down 16% from what? If you readjust the inflation, it's up at a 40-year high. You've actually lost 16% of your wages. So people are not going to have enough money to go to Disney. They're not going to have enough money to get into Delta Airways and take an airline. They don't have enough money to go on a cruise line, CCL. They don't have enough money to go to Vegas. They don't have enough money to go to MGM. So those stocks, when they're telling you buying a dip, they're out of their mind. They're out of their mind. You don't buy it on a dip as an investment. You buy it on a dip. Instead of for an investment of 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, you buy it as an investment 2 days, maybe 6 days, because it's going to go back down. And that's what we do with our members. That's focusing on making sure when they get into a stock, they're not getting into a stock because Kramer is sitting there creating noise. I mean, every time he sells a stock, it's the same old story. I know the CEO, he's a great CEO, and people lose money. So much so he had to come out and apologize. He said, well, I don't think it's a good idea anymore that I sell stocks, that I recommend stocks that don't make money. This is unbelievable. Listen to this.
I'm no longer inclined to recommend companies that lose money on the show.
Unbelievable, right? And then he tells you this today.
Is that you never want to get too negative. Because once the market gets oversold, it doesn't take much good news to create an explosive rebound.
Yeah, not take much. Him creating a story. He creates stories. I just had the CEO on my show right here. Again, listen.
What do you think we might see in the next, say, 6 months or so for MKTX?
You know I like market access. I've had Rick McVeigh on the show several
times. He does that all the time. I got Rick this guy on the show, Rick that guy on the show. See, who cares? I don't care any of those people are on the show. All I want to know, okay, what kind of stock is Metrics? It's a tech stock. Okay, let me go check for my members. It's a tech stock, so we've got to make sure the 10-year treasury yield is well below 125. We check, and guess what? It's at 230. So what do? We'll buy the stock as a swing trade. We'll be in it 2, 3, 6 days. That's called a short covering rally. We're going to tie you're going to grab the tail of the guys who shorted it. Now they have to buy it. They're forced to buy it. And then you get these short blurts. You get these short runs. What they do is lie to you on these short wins. When you get these short bursts, they're short covering rallies. They're not going to last, but they don't tell you that. And so that's their job, to get you to buy these stocks, tell you it's an investment, get in there. It's a great time, buy on the dip. That way there, as the stock's going up, they can get their Class AA list of clients, like the police and fire and all those pension people and the hospital pensions. They can get all those people out at a higher price at your risk. So at Phil's Gang, no matter if we're in the bank stocks, no matter if we're in airline stocks, whatever group we're in, there's 11 groups of stocks in the market. We focus on about 4. So that we're so good at those 4. We're always in banks, we're always in tech stocks, we're always in banks, tech, miners, gold, oil. We focus on those. We know exactly what they're doing. We know before we recommend them what environment are they in. And even like the banks. The banks are in a great environment normally when you have rates this high. But the problem is the banks got on their balance sheet tremendous amount of corporate debt. And corporations borrowed over $180 trillion to buy their own shares back to artificially push their price up, called stock buybacks. That debt is sitting on many banks' balance sheet. And these companies are in big trouble. They're going to take a big hit, these banks. Big hit on those. The other thing, the banks, when they dropped interest rates from 195 yields, from 195 10-year treasuries, 195 down to 85, the housing market went nuts. Housing prices went up 30% within 6-7 months, and they're putting all those mortgages on their books. And what were they doing? What was the Fed doing? They said to the banks, we're going to print $180 billion a day, a week, and we'll drop the yields down. We'll try to get the price down so you can get mortgages. And then when your bank is cluttered with so many mortgages, we're going to print another $160 billion a week, and we'll come in and buy those mortgages from you, get them off your books so you can breathe, and we'll put that debt on our books. That's why your gasoline's going up. That's why your food's going up. That's why your coffee's going up. Every time they print money to either buy from the banks all these overpriced mortgages, and boy, what a hit those mortgages go. That's why Powell is so nervous that he's going to have to raise those 10-year treasury yields by selling treasuries. He knows he's going to put us right into a housing recession. Look, why don't you just join my gang? Try it for 10 days free. We do it all for you. You don't have to know is your stock. We do it all. You don't have to know if the yields are good or bad before you buy it. We make sure you're always in the right group at the right time for the right reasons. We spend more time on making sure you don't lose money, because the easy part is making the money. Free for 10 days.
You have You've been listening to Phil's Gang with your host, Phil Grandy, on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
It's up to me.